Hey guys, recently I've noticed a dangerously high amount of young people slash YouTubers like this or this or this crashing out on the platform about how bad their lives are and, various other things, having themselves a pity party. Well, this video is not about that. This ain't no pity party. I'm not gonna have a crash out, and let's throw some positivity back into this space. But of course, seeing as these videos filled with negativity are driven up by YouTube, it is evident that this type of content is what trends. So, sorry for the misleading title in the thumbnail, but this is the best way to get the message out there to as many people as there is. Okay, before we get into it, let's pour ourselves a tall, cold one and get into it. Okay, I wasn't getting the lighting down exactly correct, so I adjusted it a little bit. But first things first. So a lot of these YouTubers, oftentimes younger people, are saying that they're kind of stuck in life. Either they haven't accomplished exactly what they wanted to do in terms of a career or kind of life achievements like having kids or finding a girlfriend. There's two options that I see. One is you either keep going or you give up, and that's no option. So I only really see one option, and that is to keep going. And to put things kind of in perspective, when I get deeply saddened by my state of being or depressed, I often love to watch space education videos. Hearing these astrophysicists talk about how grand the universe is. Now, stay with me. This is I think a lot of people do this as well, and I've seen people, make videos about the wonder that they get when they learn about space and the universe. We, as a planet, are really just a speck of dust in the universe. And we really don't matter at all. And I mean in terms of our individual lives. And the most you can do, really, is to truck on. We don't even know the reason for our existence. And all we can do is work with what we have. And I think in terms of these individual stories, do you expect to live life, get born, get birthed, and not have any obstacles throughout your whole life until you die? That's next to impossible. So you're going to encounter these type of obstacles. And I know the world might just seems to be burning at this moment, and you have everything against you. But call me a tragic optimist, because I see all of these things as temporary. Now, I don't mean about the people who say they're ill or something that's truly stopping them, or being a challenge. And I don't mean regarding those type of instances. But as for unemployment, I can tell you right now, I'm in the midst of all this ruckus. So I completely can relate to that. But I see all of these challenges as temporary. And I propose a few resolutions to be able to reframe your mind and also kind of adjust your life to existing in these troubled times. And first, I would propose living for the people that are close to you, doing things for the sake of your family and not just for yourself. As for me, I aim to be the greatest dad ever, and I also aim to be able to take care of my parents when they're in need. And for you or whoever I'm speaking to out there, kind of find that special person, group of people, friends, family that you kind of exist for. And that, I think that's an anchor that's really important to be able to push through these obstacles. Secondly, finding a hobby, whatever that is. I am really enthusiastic about calisthenics and showing others what a normal guy like me in his mid-30s can achieve. And I really have developed a pride and I really value what I do, a sense of self pride, and that's, I think, very important. And you can discover that through finding new hobbies or working on your established hobbies, and that can encourage other people. So really speaking to the current state of everything, I think soon enough things will change and you will kind of cocoon out into a new existence. Everything's changing. The workforce, the way people work. So there will be roles, there will be opportunities, both in terms of work and also interacting with people, if that's what your goal is, finding a relationship, building a family. All the luck to you. But as for the topic at hand, there's just so much negativity and self-pity that I see out there, and I wanted to counteract that. There's not all hope is lost, and I firmly believe, whether that be because I'm just pathologically optimistic or something like that, I don't know, but I firmly believe that you, me, we, as a collective generation, will be able to get through this. And what you need to focus on is just trucking along, and those two things: family and also your hobby, developing your hobby. And what's not fun about that? Let's get it. Thank you for listening to me, and come back for more exercise advice, or just my ramblings, I guess. Have a great night.